Hey 8th graders, so if you guys are watching this video today, obviously you are not here or you are making up this assignment, and clearly you found the video by right-clicking this link up here. Today's assignment is 1.3 harnessing energy, so we kind of skipped a little bit in our amplify, if you will, or I combined a bunch. Our last lesson that we did is 1.1 harnessing energy, so don't be alarmed if you guys are on 1.3 and don't understand why. Okay, your learning targets for today, I can differentiate between kinetic and potential energy. And I can identify an object as either having kinetic or potential energy. So the other day when we started our Rube Goldberg, I kind of gave a little bit of mention of kinetic and potential energy, and that's really going to be the focus of that. But first today we need to learn a little bit about what kinetic and potential energy are. So for your warm-up today or your bell ringer, you needed to do two things. First and foremost, you need to add to your notes. So when we did 1.1 harnessing energy, you guys should have set up your notebook for this by clicking add section, retitling it harnessing human energy, and then you would have clicked add page once and renamed both of your pages vocabulary and key concepts. So for your assignment today, you guys need to add a little bit to both of those. So first and foremost, to your vocab page, you need to add kinetic energy and potential energy. As a recap, you guys can just click right on that picture, hit Control-C to copy it, and then when you pull up your notebook, you guys can click and hit Control-V to paste it. So you guys can see I already copied and pasted kinetic energy and potential energy in there. And then for your key concepts, today you're going to add key concept 2 and key concept 3. So again, you just click on that, Control-C copies it, go into your key concept page, and here's 2 and 3. So let's kind of review those two things. Okay, so we learned last week that energy is the ability to make things move or change. Okay, and we have two different types of kinetic energy that really all of our types of energy fall into. So kinetic energy is the energy that an object has because it is moving. So if we see something moving, changing, whatever the case, that object has kinetic energy. It has energy, and the type of energy that it has is kinetic energy. Potential, on the other hand, is a little bit harder to observe. Okay, we talked about energy being the ability to make things move or change. Okay, that doesn't mean that that object right away is moving or changing. Okay, it's the ability to move or change. So that would be kind of our focus with potential energy. Potential energy is the energy that is stored in an object or system. So it can move or it can change. Okay, so if we're looking at a soccer ball that's sitting on a field, it has a little bit of potential energy because someone could come and kick it and make it change direction or make it move. Okay, if we have a boulder sitting on the top of a hill, that boulder has the ability to roll down a hill and move. Okay, so it has potential energy. If we're talking about a fan that's not running but it's plugged in, it has potential energy. We have the energy to turn that on and have it work and spin and move. Okay? All right, and then our key concepts are 2 and 3. When something is moving, it has kinetic energy. When something has the ability to make things move or change in the future, it has potential energy, even if it's not moving or changing now. So even though we don't see it moving or see it changing, it doesn't mean it doesn't have kinetic energy. It has to have the ability to move and change, then it would have potential energy. All right, and then for your other part of your guys' bell ringer, you also needed to do the warm-up. Okay, so at any point during this video, you guys can pause, take a second to do what I just explained to you guys, and then come back to this video and I'll keep moving and explaining for you guys. So if you want to take a second to pause, put your notes in from activity 1, that's totally fine. And then we can move on to part 2, which is your warm-up. So for this, you guys are going to need your draw tool. So click draw up at the top left-hand corner there. And then you guys can choose a writing mechanism. I don't care as long as I can see it. You guys can change colors as well. Okay, and what you guys are going to do on this is, you guys can see it says right here, use your draw tool. So you guys are going to use your draw tool to highlight, do you think food has energy or does not have energy? So you guys choose one of those using your draw tool. Remember that anytime you use your draw tool, you need to click back on the cursor. So I'm done using my draw tool. I'm going to click back on my cursor, and now I'm free to click here and type my answer. Again, some features of my assignments. Notice the question mark that tells you there's something you have to do on this slide for a grade. Okay, in this case, you needed to circle either has energy or does not have energy. And then you also need to answer this question. Notice that it's in a different font and it says answer. That means there's something I need to type here. So what is your evidence for why you think food has energy or does not energy? So you would click right next to answer and type. Please notice that the font is that different color and I want it to stay that way. So keep it the color I have it assigned there. Okay? Next one, still part of your warm-up. What is your evidence for why you think this object has energy or does not have energy? So just like last time, use the draw tool to circle whether it has energy or does not. Click back on your cursor and answer the question. And same with this part of your warm-up as well. We have a soccer ball not moving. Does it have energy? Does it not have energy? And then what is your evidence for this? Okay, so go ahead, pause this video, finish those 3 slides, 3, 4, and 5 for your warm-up. And when you guys are done with that, we can go ahead and hit resume on this video. All right, so you guys just completed the part 2 warm-ups on slide 3, 4, and 5. Let's move on to this little sorting tool here. So here's our instructions for this. Notice there's no question marks, so there's nothing we really have to fill out on this page, but that doesn't make this slide any less important. So your goal is to look at each object and decide whether you can see evidence of energy. So can you see evidence or can you not see evidence? It's not really asking us, does it have energy or does it not have energy? It's can you see evidence of energy? Can you not see evidence of energy? Okay, so think about the definition of energy. So remember, it has the ability to move or change. And then do you see evidence of energy? Is it moving or changing? Okay, if you can't see evidence of energy, drag your objects to the left. Okay, I guess the left would be this way for you guys. And then if you can see evidence of energy, so you see it moving or changing, drag it to the right. Leave objects you are not sure over in the toolbar on the right-hand side. And then scroll down on the toolbar to make sure you get all the objects. And remember that energy is the ability to make things move or change. So your link for this sorting tool is right here. You guys can right-click it and open link. You guys will need to log in through Clever. And then you guys can see here's the I can't see evidence of energy, so you don't see that object moving or changing. And over here, I can see the object moving or changing, so I can see the evidence. So go through, sort through these objects over here, drag them to their appropriate bin. Like I can see water falling, so I can see it moving or changing, so I can see the evidence of energy. Okay, once you guys have sorted through everything, there's a scroll for more right here. Okay, once you have all of those objects sorted, then you have these 2 labels. Okay, which one of these do you think is kinetic and which do you think is potential energy? So drag kinetic to one side and potential to the other side. Okay, which one can you see, which one can't you see? Okay, once you guys are done with that, you guys are going to take a screenshot of this little square right here. Remember that to take a screenshot on a Chromebook, you guys hold the control and the shift button down at the same time and then press that little key above your 6. Okay, that'll screenshot, you hit capture, and then all you have to do is paste this right into slide 7 where it says, screenshot a picture of your tool here. Notice the question mark. So hit Control V and paste it there. If you guys are using something other than a Chromebook, you guys can use the snipping tool. So search for your snipping tool, hit new, click to drag what you need to screenshot, and then Control C copies it, Control V pastes it right here. Okay, so pause as you need to finish that section, and then we will move on to part 4. Part 4, you're going to do a little poll first. So you guys will need your draw tool for this. Okay, I'm going to change my colors just for funsies. All right, so you have 3 questions to answer here. We have a picture of a little wind-up toy. You guys can notice the little wind-up part right there. Okay, a wind-up toy that is not wound up. You guys will choose the answer that best applies here. Does not have energy, has kinetic energy, has potential energy, or has both potential and kinetic. Okay, a wind-up toy that is wound up but not moving, so maybe we wind this little thing up and then we hold it. Okay, does not have energy, has kinetic energy, has potential energy, has both kinetic energy and potential energy. And then finally, a wind-up toy that is wound up and moving, does not have energy, has kinetic, has potential, or has both kinetic and potential. So go ahead, take a second, answer those 3 questions as you guys see them. And then once you guys are done, we'll move on to the next little video here. Okay, so you guys have already kind of completed your poll. Okay, and you guys are going to watch a video to see how this poll ends up. So we're actually going to do these, and I'm going to talk to you guys about it in this little video. So you'll right-click this link right here. Notice how I hadn't gone back to my cursor. I couldn't click the link. Now I've clicked back on my cursor. I can hit open link. And you guys are going to be brought into a YouTube video that looks a little bit something like this. In this video, I prompt you guys to complete the poll and amplify, but you guys already did the poll on slide 8, so don't do it again. Okay? Watch this little video. Obviously, you're going to pause this video to watch the demo, and then once you guys are done with the demo, you guys are going to move on and answer these questions again. Okay? So do these have energy or do these not have energy? Okay? So based on what you learned in that demo, give me your final answer. It might be a little bit different than what you guys put previously to watching the demo, okay, or prior to watching the demo. Okay, finally, you guys have a question to answer. The blank has potential energy. So you guys are looking at these 4 objects, either the skateboard at the top of the ramp, the charged battery, the food, or the stretched bow and arrow. So choose one of those that you guys think has potential energy. There might be more than one. Just choose one that you think has potential energy and use your draw tool to circle which one you're going to talk about and why do you think this object has potential energy. So explain why you guys think it has the ability to move or change. Okay, finally complete your wrap up. So circle yes or no. Do you have any questions? If no, then move on to this part right here, 4, 3, 2, 1. How do you think you did? If you circle yes, go ahead, click back on your cursor here, and then type what question you have for me, and I'll get back to you when I grade this assignment. Okay, and then again, do your 4, 3, 2, 1. How do you think you did? As a reminder, this is not your guys' grade I'm going to give you, okay? This is just some recognition on how you guys think you did, kind of telling me how you guys feel about the material as well. And you are done. Good work. You can hand this assignment in, and I hope you all are having a wonderful day. I'll talk to you soon.